Sheeran. I have an Ed Sheeran song stuck in my head. Same one we were listening to yesterday.
Which one is it?
The Nancy Mulligan.
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh. Nancy Mulligan. There you go. Alright, looks like we are good and ready now. Put my start soon screen. There we go. Alright.
Oh.
There we go. Alright. Hello and welcome, dear patrons, to the Tables of Tartarus, a chapter of Purgatory Corner. Today, our storyteller is Goran, or Jumpchain, and we are going to be continuing the tale of RWBY Jumpchain. Come on in, take a seat, let your imagination run free. Alright, Goran, feel free to take the floor.
Hello, and welcome to good old RWBY Jumpchain Terminal Season. Last time, y'all wrapped up what you needed to in regards to using the clown account in order to upgrade your equipment, as well as making sure to go over the changes in stats and the like, make sure that we were all satisfied with the new system, at least tentatively satisfied, which we'll be getting to try out a little bit as we go forward through this coming arc, known as Nightmares of the Southern Vales, the Forest of Strav. I believe that we had literally just wrapped up everything. Everyone had gone to sleep and then woken up with a very rushed statement of me saying that y'all got a message on your on each of your respective scrolls saying that the transport to take you to the entrance to the Southern Vales is ready. Was there anything that anyone wanted to handle or do before getting on the lift?
I don't think so.
Not that I can recall.
No.
Jackalope would relay any information he got from Honey to the rest of them regarding food and the such.
Excellent. Okay, then that means everybody here knows that one must never whistle into the night, and after nightfall, you must never eat anything that is considered food.
Anything can be considered food if you try hard enough.
Let's survive this, Katie. Let's survive.
Katie is starting to like vibrate. It's just like you have to understand. When somebody tells me not to do something, I get the irresistible urge to immediately do that thing.
Oh no.
Don't not listen to us.
I mean,
I think now you just fried her brain cells, and now she's going to do whatever she wants. With that, though, I believe everybody is all caught up on the info, and yeah, seems like you're all ready. The ride through the Southern Vales it's pretty uneventful. Since it's all the way in Vale, you end up having to use the Maglev train in order to get back to Vale. But fortunately, this time you don't find yourself accosted by, turtle.
Turtle.
When you arrive at the Southern Vales, it's after both the train and a VTOL lift from nearby, carrying you all the way down. As you're flying over the area, before you reach the entrance proper, you do see that in the direction that you're headed, as far as the eye can see, is trees. Or at least as far as the normal eye can see. In the case of Lynn, you have difficulty seeing past a specific range. Not in the sense that there's, like the curvature of the earth blocking it or anything, but rather you get this very strong sense that you probably shouldn't try to look past a certain distance. But you always certainly can. It would just be a supernatural roll if you'd like to try to push through.
Not yet. She's still kind of scared of this new region.
Okie doke. Then you do not look beyond the Vale, and instead touch down at the entrance to the Southern Vales. Honey, of course, was going with you. If anybody else had any questions for Honey, she can certainly answer a couple of them during the lift, if there's any more that come to mind. Or if you just want
Honey,
to ask her about why the rules are the way they are.
what's considered food?
Well, if you would genuinely and honestly point at it and say them's good eatins, you probably shouldn't put it in your mouth.
Katie blinks for a second. Okay, but like, what, anything can be food if you try hard enough.
No, anything can be consumed if you try hard enough. That don't make it food. Just because you can put something in your mouth don't mean it's edible.
Isn't that what that means?
No, edible means like it's supposed to be consumed. Like poison isn't edible, but you can put it in your mouth. It can be eaten, but it ain't edible.
I'll have to think about this one.
Really, it'd be better if you didn't.
Okay.
I feel like she's
If
just
she-
gonna shove as much into her mouth as she can.
I mean,
She ain't gonna like it.
you underestimate my potential.
No, I don't think I do. But again, I can't stop you. Well, I probably could if I tried hard enough, but it would not end well for either of us. Particularly me.
Yeah.
As you all touch down, the first one off the VTOL is Honey. Immediately taking a step out, looking over the forests, taking a deep breath, and murmuring, "It's definitely home."
Katie heals off the VTOL in excitement. Gonna meet the clowns, gonna meet the were they? No, they were mimes. Are mimes clowns? Gonna meet the cool Grim.
We're gonna
Lene
meet
walks off
something.
and it's very, very. She's like tentatively looking around.
As all of you step off, you can see that nearby, there's the thing. And from the way that Honey's looking around, she doesn't see it. There seems to be a thin, shimmering barrier with a mark clean across the front of it that reads in clear, plain text, "Are you ready to enter?" That is the boundary line for entering into the Southern Vales and accepting fully and completely the challenge issued to you by your patron.
Yeah, I feel like he's got a lot of warning signs here. I feel like that might be concerning.
He's one for theatrics, ain't he?
Seems that way.
Some sparkles and glitter puff out from the veil around the mark.
Now he's just overdoing it.
It then happens 2 more times.
Ooh.
I feel like that's for Katie's benefit more than ours.
Probably.
Oh no, it's despite the fact that you said it was overdoing it.
Katie pats herself down. Bird, snake, goose. Phone, scroll.
The goose is not inside of your coat, but it is standing next to you.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we could handle a pocket goose.
Miniature destruction.
Hunter just kind of pats his gun. He's like, "Gun."
Oh, guns. Yes.
You double check, and you do indeed have your guns.
Nice. Alright, I think I'm all set.
Okay.
Onwards we go, I suppose.
Do you all step through?
Hunter.
Yep.
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 As you all step through, You pass through the thin membrane that separates you from this new region, and as you do, an odd feeling sinks in as the veil shimmers once again, and it becomes clear two things. Firstly, the veil will not let you out. Secondly, all of you have been disconnected from your cosmic warehouses.
Mm.
Oh,
Well, that was weird.
Won't
Yep.
be able to access my med bay.
The only thing that you'll be able to access is you're reloading your equipment, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a good thing. I would have been disconnected from all my glitter restockings.
So with that, Honey steps past you as well, looking around. All right. Well, fortunately for us, we arrived in the middle of the day. So, question: what's the longest y'all can stay awake?
84
Katie
hours.
begins to count on her fingers.
Stayed up for
Oh.
2 days straight at one point, but probably could go longer. Never have tried.
With or without the use of Parfait a la Defiance of God Coffee Edition.
If it's something that you can like use right now to benefit, then sure, I'll count it as long as you got it on you.
Katie pats herself down.
Parfaits do not count as equipment.
Shoot.
She
I
can
mean, we do have-
consume me greatly.
Unfortunately, I left it in the warehouse.
Which, actually a good question. I'm going to assume, since the way things are, that Jack does still have drums on him, though.
He would not travel without it.
Makes
Hmm.
sense.
I should try to put that in my parfaits
oh no.
for a later time.
No.
Please do not put drums in your Defiance. We
Yeah.
already had a turtle singing A sharp. I don't think we need you to be singing E sharp.
Really, drums has been involved in enough war crimes at this point.
Yeah. I'm still planning to give Oswald drums at some point.
Well, that
Mhm.
Honey looks between all of y'all. I think. Let's see. Katie hasn't given a firm answer yet, and I don't think I heard Lynn answer.
Since coming to this place, don't
Oh no,
think
just what
I've stayed
just what you think your limit is.
I don't think I've gone past just a normal time same. She'll
Oh.
just
All right. Well, I will keep that in mind.
Mhm.
And Little Miss War Crimes. How about you?
Well, it's difficult to determine what time it is back home, but I'd say a few days, 4 week. Well, I mean, there was that one time. A while. People started to become concerned, and I began to see the purple cougars, cactuses.
All right.
Didn't you work inside a building?
Yeah. I don't know where that building is. They never told me.
Well. All right. I'm just asking because normally, the normal way to handle all this is usually to travel during the day, and then during the night you go hunting. There's not a lot of room for sleep if you're trying to get either in or out. That's usually relegated to the folks who actually have a safe place and don't need to travel much. So,
Then what
yeah.
do you usually do?
Oh, I was up for about 76 hours straight to get out of here.
Jeez.
Which means
Just by yourself?
she points to Jack, which means you actually would have been able to make it too. And it was by myself. It was it. I feel like it's probably important for me to ask. It's a little too late at this point, but you're not scared of this place, are you?
Who?
Not particularly.
No.
Who would I be?
I've never been here, so I have no answer.
Good. Just keep that up. You do not want to be afraid inside of the Southern Vales.
Will do.
Okay. Well, unless we got any more questions, I say we get started right now while we can.
Sounds good to me.
Cool. The march begins. For the first short while, it's pretty uneventful. If everyone would like to, they can roll a sense if they're currently on guard.
Okay.
Mm.
Hunter would be weary.
Katie would be
You mean
blissfully.
wary?
Wary.
Katie
Wow.
would be blissfully ignorant.
I guess I got one more, but I don't know if that would help. At least it might get rid of the one. Oh.
See.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
What's granting the bonus dice?
It's a reroll.
Well, yeah. Well, what's granting it?
I think I just get it, or was it?
For sense rolls.
Oh, that's soup. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, supernatural. You get a bonus for semblances, but for
7.
just senses, that is 3. And you said Katie is blissfully unaware, so she's just kind of grooving.
Yeah, she's just vibing.
Okay.
She doesn't understand why everyone's so scared. It's just Grim, right?
Just the big dogs with their teeth.
They'll rip you to shreds. It's perfectly fine.
Oh, whoops. Got to put in a space for that to work. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
So she, this is Honey's sense roll, by the way.
Ah.
So
Of course it is.
she takes to the forests with what is clearly an experienced eye as she looks around. And after a short while, she actually reaches up into the branches and plucks a few things out. They look almost like apples as she tosses each of you one of them.
Ooh.
Like I said, around here, we only eat the fruit. If you want to take a bite, go for it. It'll keep you filled up for quite a while. It's really efficient foodstuffs. Just
Hunter will eat it.
the taste it takes a bit of getting used to.
Nom 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 nom.
Okay.
Thank you.
I imagine
So-
Hunter's probably eaten worse.
So Hunter sounds like the first one to take a bite, followed immediately by Katie, because neither of them have any sense of hesitation.
Nope.
For very different reasons.
Jack's gonna split it in half, look at it, and then eat it.
And Lynn, do you hesitate for a moment, examine it the way
I do.
Jack's? Okay. So as you're examining it, you can see. Okay, so all things considered, I don't think that there would be any reason why I would need a roll from Hunter. Katie, I'm going to let you pass on rolling just because I'm pretty sure that the parfait is actually more abhorrent to you. So it's just like standard taste buds. You bite into it and it is incredibly juicy. The only thing is the juice tastes exactly like blood.
Which I know what tastes like, of course.
Yeah, obviously. You've tripped and
Ooh.
fallen on your face and like busted up your gums in the before.
Oh wait,
But-
does this apple have organs?
Oh no, there are no organs in there.
Oh. Why does it have blood?
Yeah. Right before Lynn and Jack like take a bite out of it, you both hear that it's filled with blood. Does this make either of you stop?
I mean, Jackalope's literally grabbing it and tearing it in half, so not really.
You take a bite out of it, and sure enough, that tastes exactly like human blood. But aside from that, it's a pretty normal fruit.
Well,
A little
no,
bit on the
Jack,
chewy side.
Jack's not biting into it. He's taking
Oh.
it and literally splitting it with his hand so he can look inside of it.
It looks very similar to a regular apple. It's very. You describe it as kind of sinewy, the way that little wires kind of move between them, keeping it all together. Splitting it is a lot tougher than splitting an apple, but it is. It kind of looks like a sinewy apple filled with red juice.
Yeah, I take a bite.
Yeah. Not the worst thing you've had. It's just a bloody apple.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Katie
Seeing how
just, like,
everyone's kind
continues.
of okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try to hold my breath, so because she's such a baby, and then she's gonna take a bite.
All things considered, I think you're the only person whose backstory makes it so that I'd like a endurance roll on this. You pass on
No,
heroes. Like, this is an easy roll. You just need to.
is it? No, you jinxed me.
gets a nat 1.
Yeah, as long as you
Oh,
don't
hey,
roll a
look,
1.
gets a nat 1.
Oh.
That was literally the only thing you could have rolled. That would be a.
No.
So,
Oh, this makes so much sense for Lynn, too.
the moment that your mouth fills with blood, there's just this knee-jerk reaction that tells you, no, not good, not okay, I'm bleeding, there's blood everywhere, and you just immediately spit everything out.
Aw, it's okay, Linene. You get used to it after a while. It's okay. Katie just, like, pats her on the back.
Honey just nods along as if that's a normal thing.
Oh. She holds it like far away from her and like is looking at it, and she's like staring intently at it. She's like thinking like I should probably get used to it and try to eat this. Oh, but I can't. I can't just put this back in my mouth. No, it doesn't belong in a mouth.
Cover
And,
your
like,
nose. Don't
She
chew.
was
Swallow.
already blocking her nose a bit.
I held
Oh.
my breath.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Thing is, that'll cover a lot of the tastes, but the salty ironiness still comes through even with your nose shut down, which I know from experience.
Is it no
Oh.
food after dark or no food in general aside from the fruit of the trees?
Fruit of the trees is safe as long as it's daytime. If you're gonna eat anything else here, make sure it's something that you can open up and check before you put it in your mouth, even during the daytime.
Don't feed the Katie after midnight, okay?
I'll save this for when I'm gonna need it.
And
Thank you.
hunters don't reach into his bag, and he's probably gonna pull out like some crackers or something that he just rations, because he's a hunter. Obviously, if you're going to travel in the forest for several days on end, you need something with you, and he's just don't hand it to Lynn.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry.
He just shrugs.
She's gonna eat it immediately
Yeah.
for the taste.
The dry and bland rations are honestly a welcome experience after that. You'll be able to try to stomach it again later, but for now, you're fine. You're fed.
I'm fine.
Hunter just goes back to chewing on his apple.
Yeah. Honey does the same, chewing with it as naturally as you would any other apple.
Katie's just, like, eating her apple and, like, the juices, like, cover her face, so the blood is just, like, on there, and she, like, whenever someone asks her something, she, like, turns to them, and it just looks so creepy.
You're holding
After
the
a-
apple right up your face.
Jackalope's just gonna look at this, pat himself down for a random rag, and just walk over to Katie, grab Katie by the face, and just start rubbing her face clean. Just, we don't need you covered in blood. This place is
Aw.
already weird enough. You don't need to scare us
Okay.
even more. Well,
Be
scare
Aw.
Lynn.
clean, child.
Just
But
just
I'm
picture
so
just,
tiny and cute.
your face is covered in something that looks like blood. Lynn's already not having a good time trying to eat that thing.
Oh,
Plus,
okay.
as funny as it is, we don't need you accidentally getting shot because someone sees you and isn't expecting blood face.
Oh. Not
Good
since
thinking.
the incident.
Oh, what incident? Big concern.
Well, whoosh. Honey, raise her hand, try and pull everyone's attention. Y'all got hats?
I have cat
Hats?
ears.
Hat. So the hat, something on your head.
Nope.
No.
Renee pulls out her parasol.
Kind of figured. She reaches into her pack and very quickly tosses you just a variety of hats. Katie ends up with a sort of like a cabbie's hat in her hands. Jack, you have like a 10-gallon hat on top of you.
Hmm.
And
I'd still love one.
she looks at the ground and is like, okay. Oh, where is it? There we go. She flicks a ball cap over to Lynn, which is gonna not match with the rest of your outfits. And as for Katie's like, you said you got ears. Those are doffable?
Yeah.
Good enough.
Yeah.
She stands with her back completely straight. Her left hand goes over her chest as she bows her head slightly, takes the hat off of her chest, off of her head, and covers her other hand with it. As you hear rustling in the trees, she pointedly looks down at the ground.
Did she give me a hat?
Yes, I just forgot. I can't think of types of hats very well off the top of my head, so
Oh, good.
you are
A cowboy hat.
sure. You and Jack both have cowboy hats.
Cool.
Big old
Nice.
10 gallons.
Nice. Well, if she's looking at the ground, then I guess I'll follow.
Yeah, I'll just follow her lead.
Those who are following her lead, you doff your hats, bring them to your chest. The rustling, it stops for a moment, and without even needing a sense roll, you all can hear heavy breathing. Does anyone look up?
No,
No.
Did I hear a yeah immediately?
that was from Katie.
Yeah, it's Katie.
Okay, Katie, did you take your cat ears off and like hold them to your chest like she did?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Standing across from you, you can see that there is someone in old tattered cloth, covering the majority of the body. A pale white, grim-like mask adorns the face, but nothing like those that you've seen from other folks. Nothing like the ones in Mistral. There's something about it that feels more natural than those artificial ones. Scarlet eyes lock onto yours, and you can immediately feel a pressure pushing against the inside of your head. Go ahead and roll an Abyssal Cuties
Okay.
and be supernatural with an additional, with your bonus die because you're skilled with it.
That's 5?
Yep.
Oh, that's yeah. Okay.
4 and an extra / reroll.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
So the 2 replaces the 1, meaning that
Yeah.
you end up with 1 degree of success.
Nice.
There is an overwhelming sense of power behind the one standing across from you. It doesn't feel like one, it feels like many, and many is currently wearing one mask. Many is staring at you, and not just through a single pair of eyes.
Whoa.
Takes a step forward and looks closer at you. And you just feel the pressure from inside your head starts expanding. Like the inside of your skull is feeling a pressure, like a headache coursing through your entire head.
Hi.
A echoing word bounces on the inside of your skull. Hunter. But it's inquisitive, not accusative. It wants to know if you're a hunter.
Not technically.
So to clarify, it's while not exclusively a no, you did answer with a negative.
Yes.
Cool. Go ahead and roll speed.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Hey, Katie's not gonna lie.
Cool. That is a 6 degree of success. If you like, you can dodge the incoming hand.
Sure, why not?
Okay. Leaping back, you're able to avoid the hand that was clearly about to grasp right around your throat. Let's see.
Okay.
Anybody with at least 1 point in sense was able to hear, despite how quiet it was, you're able to hear the way that the hand surged through the air. You can tell that an attack is coming. If you have a 0 in sense, you will not have noticed just yet.
Yeah, Hunter has 2 cents, and he would grab. He's holding his gun obviously, and he would lower his gun and point it at the thing.
Okay. And that means that you are now looking at it instead of the ground.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to have you roll supernatural.
Okie dokie. That's going to be Hold on. I forgot to put it on the sheet. That's fine. Da-da-da. That'd be 2 and then free/reroll. So I'll do 3 and replace the
It is
second
not
one.
it is not a semblance roll, by the way.
Oh,
It
right.
is
Sense.
Yep, it's a supernatural.
Right. Alright. So supernatural is 2. There we go. Oof.
Ugh.
So then you're gonna roll endurance. Lynn, I know you have at least 1 point of
Oh.
sense.
She's feeling what Honey is doing.
Okay. So right now, Honey is still keeping her head down, keeping the left hand over her chest, and in her hand is the hat held over her left hand, but she is walking towards Katie, her eyes still pointedly aimed at the ground.
Hmm. I'm going to keep a track of where everyone is without having to look, and I'll just like prep gravity to be able to help move people if I need to.
Excellent. Now that endurance roll 232, Hunter, you have a choice of either taking psychic damage and continuing to stay on your feet, or taking no psychic damage and being brought to your knees.
He's a stubborn gun. He'll take the psychic damage.
Okay. You take 4 points of psychic damage, which means you
Oof.
can't reduce it with your. At least I think that you have the ability for reducing it, for reducing physical. I know somebody does.
I have overflowing aura. No, I would be dead.
Okay.
That would
And-
be Katie, actually.
Jack, what was your sense?
Sense is a 1.
Oh, okay. Then you are able to tell that the attack has been launched. How does Jack respond?
He's just gonna dodge.
Oh, not attacking you, only attacking Katie.
Yeah, he's gonna let it do its thing.
Okay.
Katie's the one who didn't listen.
Okay, then gonna check
is-
her speed.
It is her choice she made, and Jack's gonna let her live her choice.
Honey is
That's-
fast, able to put herself in between Katie and the creature quick enough that before a second blow is really thrown out, it stops right in front of Honey, still standing there, her head down. A few more seconds pass, and the creature seems to stand upright, looking at Katie for another moment before looking across the rest of the group. Seeing that there's a gun aimed at it by Hunter. Hunter, you also feel the pressure in your head mounting. Once again, another inquisitive word, but this time in your skull. Hunter.
Yes.
It relaxes. It reaches up to the top of its head. Some of the scraps of cloth are torn up as it pulls it off and holds it over its chest before it gives a bow.
He will
And it
do
leaves.
the same gesture.
That Honey slowly adjusts, puts her hat back on her head, looks down at Katie and says, I don't know what you did there, because the old hunters don't usually attack humans.
Well, I looked at it. It asked me if I was a hunter. I said technically not. And then it tried
Okay.
to get me.
Okay, so then there's a good chance that he mistook you for a Grim.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Wait, I thought he is a Grim.
No, he's an old hunter.
Oh.
That
Hunters can
doesn't-
turn into Grim? Red guy, why didn't you tell me?
No, he's just wearing a mask.
Oh.
To be clear, Abyssal Cuties was active. You know for damn sure, 100% confidence, that was a Grim.
But that was a Grim though.
No, that was a hunter wearing a mask.
Is the mask a Grim?
Well, no. So during the night hunts, we wear the masks. It kind of frees us up, makes us feel better about doing the good work. So we just kind of make them in the lack. So we got masks. Just a hunting thing.
Do you have one?
Not anymore. It broke while I was doing some hunting work outside. Normally, that just means that you go back to the town, you get yourself a replacement mask. But I've been away from home, so still got one on me.
All right. We're heading to like your kind of place, right? Something
Oh
like.
yeah, we're headed to my village.
Oh, remind me to take a look at one of those. I wanna see it. See
Yeah,
what
no
Abyssal
problem.
Cuties tells me.
Sure thing. To be clear though, next time that one of them asks you if you're a hunter, it might be a good idea that you say yes, cause like I don't know why he mistook you for a Grim, but he did.
Oh, that's probably Abyssal Cuties.
I'm not gonna ask what that means.
Oh, well, you probably wouldn't like it anyway. Red guy, am I a hunter?
Yes.
Yeah, you've been
Okay.
officially
You-
deputized.
Oh.
He's just gonna wave his hand at her. I deputize you as a hunter. You are officially hunter licensed now. Be a hunter.
Yay!
Now, when somebody asks you that question, you're a hunter.
Okay.
Wait, is it gone now?
It did walk off. However,
Oh,
with
I
your
was like,
sense of
whoops.
4, you are able to like even though you didn't look directly at it, you could still ask questions.
Does it not feel like a human, or was it a human?
Going off of every one of the senses that you're used to, it's very human-like. If you wanted to be able to define exactly whether or not it was a human, though, that's actually a supernatural roll in order to tell whether or not it is supernatural.
How would that work? I don't want to piss it off.
Well, if you would like, you could just roll supernatural to determine whether or not you're able to tell.
Because I don't want to mess around with it.
That is entirely up to you, whether or not you think it would be angered or whatever. It, at the very least, even though Honey directly jumped in between it and an enemy, it didn't seem to raise there was never a sense of aggression towards her.
Okay, so as long as maybe I don't have like any like bloodlust towards it, maybe that'll be okay. I don't know.
Probably.
All right, I'm still curious though, so I'm gonna do it.
Okay, go ahead and make the roll.
Oh.
Unfortunately, it does not look like you succeeded in the.
Yeah, because it only. Oh, it changes out. Could I say it changes out the one or no?
Well, it does. It's the thing is, it does swap. What's the bonus die from for?
Supernatural.
That's for when you're using your semblance.
Ah, then what's supernatural? Okay, whatever.
Yeah, supernatural. Anytime that you do a supernatural roll, it's just your straight supernatural. Anytime that you're using your semblance for something, you get a bonus dice. So Abyssal
Semblance.
Cuties, it gets its bonus dice. Or if you're using your semblance for gravity manipulation, then you get your bonus dice.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah. So unfortunately, you aren't able to concretely tell whether or not it is or isn't human. But there is an odd feeling, and you can tell that as soon as you start paying attention to, like, paying close attention to it with your supernatural senses, you hear the rustling in the distance stop. And even though it doesn't turn to look at you, you can feel the question in the back of your head. Hunter?
Yes.
With your enhanced senses, you can see it even in the distance, giving a slight nod of respect and continuing his walking.
I nod back respectfully and keep my eyes away.
So, yeah. Honestly, out of all the ones you could have run into, way nicer to be able to encounter a good old human.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Katie just looking confused.
Not a human.
No, that's a man in a mask, honey. You of all people should be able to tell Grim apart from a man in a mask.
I am. It's not a human.
I don't know what to tell you, hon. That's just maybe this place is throwing off your senses. You know, maybe that's it.
Ah, Abyssal Cuties is working fine.
Right. Let's get moving before it gets dark.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't imagine we're gonna make it all the way there before nightfall. At least the first nightfall. But we can at least keep making some distance. Right. Just to make sure, y'all are good with the cold, right?
Yeah.
Hunter just
Yeah.
shrugs.
I'm
I'll
wearing a
do my
lab
best.
coat and a sweater, so I'll be fine.
Okay.
I'm more
Cool,
used to the heat than the cold, but I should be
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
Winter
it just
is
gets a bit
always
chilly
hell.
during the night. Well,
My coat should work.
here we go. You all continue marching along, and see. Yeah, out of all of you, I think Jack's the only one with personal experience being hunted over long periods of time. Like, being the hunter is one thing, but the time on the battlefield means that Jack is a particularly not susceptible, not observant. You, Jack,
Perceptive?
Jack, you go ahead and I'm going to have you roll a perception, no, not perception, sense with a bonus dice.
Okay.
Okay. And since it's one dice in your bonus, your 5 overwrites your 1, meaning that you do get a degree of success here.
Nice.
Something is currently pursuing you. Eyes on the back of your head, almost like it's trying to drill into you. There's definitely something behind you, and it's a ways away. It's watching from a distance.
We're being followed.
Hmm.
Don't make any sudden movements. Keep it consistent. March forward. Honey. What creatures tend to follow from a distance, but watch you for long periods of time?
Is that a question for the GM?
That's fine.
That's a question for the character, honey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, she thinks I was like, well, there's honestly there's a couple. Most of the Grim around here prefer to watch from a distance before doing anything. Kind of appraise the threat level, figure out what to do. Some of the time they'll just leave you be if they realize you're traveling in a big enough, threat enough group. But yeah, let's see. We got the stalkers, big lanky looking guys. You can tell them apart from most things by the fact that they are thin as reeds, tall as hell. Their entire bodies are covered in that bone black chitin, so they tend not to be super good at sneaking unless they're blocking line of sight with the trees. And I guess there's the carrions. They like to that is adorable, Katie. Carrions, think of them kind of like Nevermore, except way tinier, like an itty bitty Nevermore.
Oh,
I don't feel comfortable with how you're making that sound. You do. I don't recommend hanging out with them.
that sounds so cute.
But let's see. Aside from that, she licks her finger and holds it up to the air. Don't look like it's one of the snowmen. So honestly, there's so many options. I'm having trouble filtering through them. But I'd
Hey,
be worried
Lynn.
most about the carrion.
Hey, Lynn, can you use your senses to see if you can figure out more details on whoever's watching us?
Should I look?
You absolutely can. With your since you've been everyone who's been made aware of it is now able to roll sense to try and figure it out.
I'll ask Jack. Jack, should
You-
I look?
Use your ears. Sound it out. Don't look. If it knows that we're aware of it watching us, it'll either flee or it will find a way to attack. It's pretty far away, so eyesight may not be viable. Ears are your best bet.
All right, I'll try my best.
E.
Oh.
That is a degree of success. So with that roll, you're able to get a feel for it. You don't look in its direction or anything like that, but your senses being what they are, you can get a kind of like looking at it. You can get a sense of its shape. It's tall, lanky. Seems to match up to the idea of the stalker, she called it. The only thing though that starts to bother you very quickly is that once you find it, you start sensing a couple more further back.
It is the tall and lanky, like you said, but there's more following it.
It's not the tiny birds. Oh.
I can't say that's too pleasant. Stalkers they're only a threat if you stop moving. They like to close the distance very carefully, very slowly. They're a danger if you're, moving around, if you're not moving around. But it's also a bit dangerous if we keep moving for too long.
Do they hate upfront confrontation?
Oh, so they hate fighting almost as much as we hate fighting them. We prefer to trap them. They're not overly strong on their own, but you don't want to leave a bunch of them cornered, because then they start to fight dirty and gross. Cornered rats and all that.
Hmm.
But if we do know that's them, then we know they're going to keep pursuing us. They're stalkers because they don't let you go. They don't let you walk off. They don't let you leave. But that means that they're going to follow you. And if they're going to follow you, that just means that you need to be a little discreet. Set up a couple traps along the way that they'll trigger. As long as we don't make it too obvious that we picked up on them, we probably are able to put something together.
Traps. Okay.
Hunter kind of looks around the area a little bit. There ain't like twigs, sticks, other like kind of more hardened wood or stuff like that around.
The ground area is completely free of any like detritus or debris. You could easily break off some of the branches from the trees nearby, but for whatever reason, it looks like the entire ground area, not a single leaf, not a single twig, nothing.
No, a whole lot of debris on the ground. Kind of weird. Is that normal, honey?
Yeah, is that not normal in y'all's forests?
No.
No?
Oh.
Debris on the ground is one of the most normal things. You can use it to hide, you can use it for trappings. I suppose I'll make do with some of the branches, I suppose.
Yeah. Just make a show. Like you can make it look real subtle by just reaching up, trying to grab a apple, but missing it and pulling down.
He's gonna do so. He's just gonna like reach up and grab one of the bigger branches right next to an apple and just rip it off.
Okay.
Whoops.
Go ahead and make a strength roll.
Alright. That'd be 3d6.
His branches are strong.
3 nat ones.
That is a
Oh,
degree of
that's pretty good.
success.
Oh.
These branches are strong. They are tougher than a normal branch would be, but that isn't going to stop you. Because after a few more moments, there is some give, and the branch comes down with it.
Thunk. Yeah. Surprised that held on for so long. These things are stubborn.
Strong trees.
Yeah.
Very strong trees.
Just don't start fiddling with it. starting to make some of the things he used to make while inside of his base forest. He reaches into his bag, pulls out some rope, starts doing some fancy trap making he learned a long time ago for much bigger creatures.
Then you're able to put it together pretty easily. Does anyone want to try and assist in a subtle manner?
Uh,
Oh God.
Katie knows she doesn't do subtle. She figures she might get some scoldings if she tries to help. So she's gonna sit back and she's gonna like close her eyes and see what she can figure out about this forest, about the Grim following us, and etc. with abyssal cuties. Mostly out of spite, really. Abyssal cuties not working.
Jack or
Jack.
Lynn, do we? Oh,
Jack would make it look like he's just checking on him, since he kind of, getting close. Making it look more like a conversation happening.
okie doke. Then in that case, that's that. Lynn, do you help at all?
No, she does not do subtly at all. Instead, I'm going to be trying to, since I found them already with my ears, can I just keep kind of listening to them passively as I'm walking?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I
As they
do.
follow, they're moving just the littlest bit faster than you are. It seems it would take a while for them to catch up to you, probably a solid hour's march before they caught up to you.
Oh man,
That's
am I able to put my hand in front of my body and not make the actual clicking sound, but like as you're snapping without actually snapping, I'm going to like kind of showcase how fast that they're walking. Like they were um, before they got faster.
the problem there is like
Not doing it?
they don't step very frequently, but they have very long strides. And conveying the length of their strides, like if you just like made the motion as snapping as like with each
Oh,
step that they take, it would be very slow steps.
oh,
Wouldn't
could
convey the fact that they're long distance steps.
okay. Then I'll probably just keep an eye on how distant they are from us. Just keep the length in my mind.
Okay, then Hunter, go ahead and roll a dex, and you get a bonus dice for the assistance of Jack.
Sweet. And he's basically talking with Jack, like, you're used to building stuff for normal people-sized people, and
Okay, so
he's used to killing
heads up.
fucking
Uh,
T-Rexes. Mm-hmm.
You don't have to, but I'm just noting it in case you wanted to know. Did I? Okay. So, like, if you roll 4d6 plus 1d6, it easily and cleanly separates them.
Oh, neat.
Yep. So in your case, that 4 that you've got there is your bonus dice. It replaces the 1, meaning that you actually have 2 degrees of success here. With
Nice.
that, you're able to make the trap and set it excessively well to the point where if it, like, Lynn would have trouble picking it out if she, even with her supernatural senses, thanks to how well you made that trap.
Very good at what I do.
Yep.
That was impressive. Whoa.
You all continue to march, and after a short while, Lynn, you can tell, actually, can you describe what kind of trap you used?
Probably it would act almost like a bear trap. Probably using like the rope in order to like hold tension, and then when you step on it, it would release the rope and then clamp the extremely hard tree limbs together.
Okay. So it swings shut, and there's like at the distance that you're at, you're not able to hear it. But Lynn's hearing is enough that she can hear it crash shut, as well as a hefty crunch of the bone-like structures being crushed inside of the trap.
Ooh.
There's a bit of silent flailing that follows, as well as brushing up against the trees a fair bit as it swings. But it's clear it's not the strongest of things. It then proceeds to try to drag itself in the opposite direction away from you, trying to avoid conflict. Multiple of the other stalkers also seem to be caught off guard by this. And you can tell from a sudden burst of noise that around 12 of them have now retreated, clearly intimidated by the trap. So
Wow.
12 of them plus the original. That means that 13 Grim are currently fleeing the location and are no longer in pursuance.
Wow. She is surprised, and it's like, wow, 13 of them just left. I don't know if that's all of them. You're successful with that trap.
I've been making these traps for a very long time, although I'm not used to the smaller things, so Jack's help greatly helped.
Was that all of them, or
Go ahead and roll a sense.
The ones are
Okay.
very popular today.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Looks like they're actually a bit less popular than the 5s, though. We got, 1 to 1, 2 to 1, 3, 4 to 2, 5 to 3, 6 to 4. Yeah, the 5s have been more popular. But, getting a feeling for it, you don't think that you sense any more.
oh, I'm not sure. I'll have to check again.
Well, at least the majority are gone for now.
Oh,
Seem to have scared them off well. And after a bit more walking, as you continue going along, you're able to keep track of the path, and it does become clear around another 45, 60 minutes into the march that there doesn't seem to be anything following you.
it's
Along
good.
Along with that, though, you can tell from the changing of the color of the light just barely filtering through the canopy, it going from plain old normal light to a deeper auburn suggests that it is almost sunset.
Hmm.
See.
Oh, I should probably scarf down that apple before it gets dark. Dang it.
Yeah.
Good
Oh.
plan.
Go ahead and roll an endurance.
She
As
plugs
noted,
her
you
nose
pass
this
on
time
0.
and holds her breath. And she goes to she's like trying to hide it because she feels sad that she has to do this.
See what you get.
What else?
Hey.
Yeah. Like I said, you pass on a 0.
Oh,
So, as you chew it, it is a miserable experience, but you are able to get it down, and it is actually really filling.
oh,
One
wow.
apple, and you feel like you feel as full as if you'd eaten a full-sized meal.
An
Goodness,
apple
I
away,
had no
an
idea.
apple day keeps the doctor away.
Oh, not an apple a day. Oh well, I guess it'll have to be done.
That honey nods. In that case, I'd suggest you keep probably first watch. There ain't no chance that you're going to sleep that quick after eating one.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, they're good at keeping you up.
Hmm.
Personally, I think it's the flavor.
Mm.
Does anyone else get food inside of them before sunset?
Probably
Well, I already ate my apple, but I can eat another.
Jack would even eat one last one. Why not?
Okay.
Oh.
You both eat an additional apple. Hunter, do you as well?
Nah, Hunter wouldn't.
Okay.
Mm. Well,
As-
did we already cover me trying to see what I could sense with Abyssal Cuties
right,
while
right.
Jack and I
Go
were doing
ahead
the trap?
and give me a semblance roll.
Yeah. Hold on, let me see if I can do this. Well,
Soup 1
I
plus net.
never typed this out before.
I can send you my macro
I've
if you want.
I've always typed mine out every time. Macros are
Yeah. Look at the look
macros
at
are
it.
for exclusively when you're playing a character that deals with multi-attack.
Oh,
Okay,
look at that.
2 degrees of success. That's pretty good.
Good job.
You reach out into the forest, and let's see. We're gonna say that, for the sake of convenience, we're gonna say that you're testing it now, kind of feeling it, as sunset is coming. All of you are walking along, and Katie just stops walking.
Hmm.
She's kind of blankly staring forward and is uncharacteristically silent.
Hunter's gonna kind of snap his fingers in front of her face.
No response.
Concerning.
Okay. Now pause that thought as Katie, you connect into it, and you kind of keep moving around, and then you notice you don't see your team.
What
They're
the?
just, they're just gone.
My boys? My peopleses? My homies?
Your homies are nowhere to be seen. Your homies have become nomies.
I'm alonies.
And then you are acutely aware that you are not alone.
Oh, never mind. Hello?
You greet the forest.
Is there anybody there? Do I sense anyone? Any Grim?
You sense that the forest greets you back.
Oh. Sentient forest. Okay. I go over to a tree. It's like poke it a bit. Maybe give it a hug.
It welcomes the embrace, but simply continues to watch on. You sought to commune with it.
Okay. So, like, what's the vibes here? Where am I on neutral ground? Are you like, are you a homie? You a friend?
You feel images flash through your mind. You see people. You see some of them laughing. You see some of them sobbing. You see the old hunters and you see the new hunters. The young and the aged. You see them wandering. You see them marching. Then you see them hunting. You see the grim in their motions. You see them pursuing others, and you see them being pursued. You see that as daybreak lights in between the leaves, the grim begin to retreat, if only slightly, and you can see that as the daylight disappears, they become incensed. Many of them taking to the walkways of the forests, even stronger, even faster, in order to combat their enemy. The hunters wearing white masks. It does not answer your question plainly or simply. It just lets these images play out in response to your question.
Okay. All right. That was a very complex answer. Okay. My I hear that there's like a thing in this forest, like a weapon or something. Do you know anything about that? I think that's what I said.
You see a scarecrow standing in the middle of a field of flowers. But looking closer, each flower itself is akin more to a tree. The scarecrow stands in the center. You're not sure how, but it is completely masked in its shape by the trees and the leaves, and yet it is taller than any of them. It stands above each and every one of them, enveloping it all, and then it makes sense. The reason you cannot see the scarecrow through the trees is that you are beneath the trees. You are beneath the scarecrow. This does not stop it from seeing you.
Is the scarecrow you? Who are you anyway?
You ask who it is, and more images go through your mind. You see two figures, a human and a grim, chasing each other. Each angry and trying to kill the other, they run in a circle. But the circle is separate from the figures. The circle is the chase. The human is smarter. It changes paths. The human decides the circle's shape. The circle is the human's path, who only moves as the human does. The Grim cannot stop it. No, cannot stop, or it will die. The human cannot stop, or it will die. The circle exists because the human and the Grim cannot stop.
Honey needs to stop getting herself into endless loops. This seems really inconvenient. Okay. Do you know anything about the weird masks?
An image of an old hunter appears. Not of the old hunter that you saw before, but an elderly one. He goes out, and he hunts. Day turns to night, and night turns to day, and the hunt repeats itself. The man ages more and more. He goes out to hunt, but he falls. He can no longer stand up. And yet he stands anyway. The mask on his face seems to set deeper. Every day that he hunts without the ability to hunt, it digs in deeper. Stronger, more forceful. The mask sinks in. There is no room between the flesh and the mask anymore. There simply is the old hunter. As he continues his job. As he continues to do the good work. As he continues to fight in the endless circle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Honey should really stop getting herself into these things. These are really inconvenient. Okay. Alright. Oh, the weird daggers. What about those? Why do I hate them so much?
You see Grim in pain. You see them writhing. You see hunters, old and new, striking with daggers covered in a fluid that defies you. A fluid that hates you. A fluid that despises you. It sinks into the body of the Grim, and in that moment, the Grim knows what it is like to live. For only in living can you know such pain.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Okay. Alright. Are you going to try to kill me? I know the Grim and stuffs are after, my homies. Probably especially Honey. But, like, I don't know where we stand.
The images flash through your mind, and you can feel it looking at you, like the eye of a giant observing you as closely as possible. A cyclopean eye, so close that it's pressing against your body, causing the eye agony. It looks closer and closer still. It seeks to look even closer to you. But it's only an eye while it's observing you.
I don't even know what that means. But alright, look at me as much as you like. As long as you don't try to literally stare daggers at me, we're all good.
Do you have any further questions?
I don't think so. I imagine my homies probably would, but I don't think that good. I just talk. Okay. Wait, do you have a name? What do I call you? Are you literally the forest, or are you like some person who's like there, or what?
You see hundreds of triangles, each different, some perfect, some crude, somehow a few with too many sides. They're all separate, but when you look at them, they're all merged together until there's only one triangle. But when your mind wanders, there are hundreds again.
I'll just call you Forest Guy. Okay. Alright, well, talk to you later, buddy-o, probably. I'll try not to kill you. I can't say much for my homies, but we're on good terms.
Cool.
Bye!
Alright. As you're disconnecting, go ahead and roll me an endurance roll while I describe, as the rest of the party continues to watch Katie, you can tell that as she's staring vacantly outwards something starts to go wrong because you can clearly see blood slowly drip from her nose and from her eyes.
Oof.
Does anyone
Stubborn
take
as
any
hell.
actions?
I can't heal.
I'm going to try to tap her. Katie, can you come back now?
As you say that, the drops of blood rapidly turn from the deep scarlet to a jet black. The sclare of her eyes mimic that jet black for only a moment before she takes a sudden deep breath in, like she'd been forgetting to breathe. And Katie, you feel fine.
Okay, hi guys, I'm back. Yeah. Wow, that feels
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
Oh, is that like Gremlin or something?
Well, you can't actually see it from your angle. What it does
Oh.
feel like is like it feels like you forgot to wipe your face off after you ate the bloody fruit.
Oh man. I hate when that happens.
Oh no, Katie, no! What did you do? Here,
Huh?
have this handkerchief. Your
Oh,
nose is running with blood.
oh. Okay. Alright, oh, that's a weird color. I don't think black doesn't black go like brown when it oxygenates? I don't know. Yeah, hey guys. I don't know what happened when I was out. I was talking to the forest.
What?
What?
How are you talking to the forest?
Oh, well, it turns out like the forest is like kind of sentient, but only like almost. Every time I asked about it, it just like showed me weirdly abstract images. But if I had to guess, I think it's like the forest is like all sentient, but it's not just like one entity, it's like all of them, but they all kind of come together to be one. And we just like talked for a bit and it was pretty chill.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, you didn't look so good, but I'm glad that you're okay.
I'm glad that I'm okay too. Aw, you worried about me. Aw. Yeah, I didn't really get much. It's like watching all of us. I don't know how it feels about you guys, but I don't think it really. It there's like a weird sort of loop thing when it comes to like the hunters and the Grim. Oh, and I think I kind of figured out what's up with the weird old hunter guys. Kind of, almost. Like with the more that they hunt, the more that they like feed into the loop, the mass like emerges with their skin. Also, I don't think they're human. I like stare at Honey. And you
You
need to
turn to
stop.
stare at Honey, and you
Yeah.
cannot find her.
Where'd she go?
Lynn,
Where did Honey go?
can you see her?
Did we watch her go off somewhere?
You can go ahead and roll sense to see how you felt it.
Roll high.
Oh heck
That's
yeah!
high enough.
That's pretty good.
Wow.
2 degrees of success. When you, even if though you were focusing on Katie there, you can still sense there was a breeze that came through, but it wasn't a normal one. It wasn't one carried by air. You're not entirely sure exactly what happened, but you can pinpoint the exact moments that all of a sudden Honey was not there.
Either Honey moved really, really fast and instantly left, or maybe something just took her.
Oh.
Did
Oh,
I
man.
feel where the wind was going? The direction?
It blew in a we're gonna say it blew deeper into the forest.
It blew off that way.
Got snatched.
Concerning.
I was just about to tell her about how Abyssal Cuties is totally still working.
Yeah.
Well, she was our
Alright.
tour guide. What do we do?
I guess we go find her?
We keep moving.
Were we stopping for the night, or has that already passed?
Well, the night is just about to begin.
What would Honey do?
Well, She said before that I should do the first watch, but how long do I watch for?
Well, she said that you'd want to do the first watch, but she also did say that normally when traveling through this area, you don't sleep at all.
Oh. So then we just keep going?
That's up to the party on whether or not you want to push through.
Push through is my middle name. Actually, it's not. I don't have one.
We're in familiar territory. Stopping and trying to set up a camp safely is out of the question.
With a tour guide
Moving
would
may
be
not-
fine, but when we don't
Yeah.
have one, no. Let's keep moving.
Movement is better than stopping right now. Plus, we aren't going to sleep anyway. Rest is impossible to get.
Yeah.
And whatever Katie just did, without consulting anyone, mind you, probably
What?
caused this rude of effect anyway.
I didn't think I would get friggin'
Snatched.
usually it's an automatic process. Or like, well, not a blank for a moment process.
Katie, you've blinked multiple times up to this point when confronting higher end Grim.
Let's just keep walking.
Maybe just next time you can say, I'm gonna go talk to something, and then we'll know why you're not
Plus,
talking.
the likelihood is that the forest itself grabbed her. She probably is still going home. She probably doesn't even realize that she's separated from us and probably just shrugged and kept moving.
Well, I noticed I was alone in like the thing because suddenly I was walking with you guys, and then suddenly I was walking without you guys.
You stopped moving a while ago, from our perspective.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
You concern me sometimes, Katie.
I get that a lot.
You should.
Anyhow,
Mhm.
since we're now without the tour guide, some of this I also suspect to be NSB's doing.
Mhm.
Given this is supposed to be a challenge and we've been walking for a while safely. Lynn, keep your ears sharp.
Hmm.
We'll see what happens. But let's not stop. Old hunters will probably come out in droves now that nighttime's about to hit. Just don't forget to not eat.
Mhm.
Don't drink anything. Even if you're thirsty.
Will do.
Indeed.
Alright.
Hunter will grip his gun and he'll keep moving.
As you do that, night fully sets in. The whole party is the jumper portion of the party is fortunately all together. But let's see. As things are going, you continue marching through, but it's a bit difficult to navigate. The low light means that it's hard to see for everyone except Lynn with her enhanced sight. Do you want Lynn to lead the pack and guide everyone through, or would you like someone else to lead?
Hunter's very used to moving in the darkness in forests specifically. It's kind of his main
These
thing.
forests don't feel like a regular forest. Trying to navigate off of feel will result in some issues, considering you're used to the kind. While you're true that navigating in the dark in a forest would be your forte, keep in mind that this is the kind of forest that never drops any foliage ever, and that should convey
It's
why things
true.
are a bit weird.
He would have a few issues with that, yeah.
Yeah, and that's not the only difference. It's just an obvious one.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I'd be able to see what's in front of me, I wouldn't be able to understand traps unless, like, I'm really sure. I mean, what would I not be able to see if we're walking? Like a cliff or something?
Like you're able to see fine is the thing. It's more that because of everyone else being unable to see well, if you guide them, they're able to mitigate any and all sight-based debuffs.
Hmm. Okay. Am I still able to guide them and then just kind of do it like just seeing, but like have a haze over while I'm listening as I'm walking? Or
How do you mean a haze?
I mean like you're not focused on really seeing. It's like I'm seeing as I'm going, but like I'm most focused on my hearing senses.
Sure. Yeah, you'd be able to pay attention to and listen to those sorts of things.
Okay. I will try.
As you kind of lead the group forward, you can hear that all around you there's motion. Not a lot of it is the same kind of motion that you were hearing earlier, like not necessarily things pushing through it, but you can feel that even independent of wind, the trees are shifting. Their branches moving just the littlest bit. The sound of foliage being moved around and leaves brushing against one another, seemingly trying to mask the movements. Whether it's trying to mask the movements of hunters or of Grimm, it's impossible to really tell, but either way, it is a bit more difficult than normal to be able to pick out sound.
Hmm. Katie, before you're saying that the forests were what was it? You were communicating with the forest though.
Yeah,
Does
forest
that
guy.
is the forest like part does it feel like they're more on the side of Grim or helping more of the side of or are they impartial?
Um, well, when I asked, it didn't really give an answer one way or the other. It didn't really feel like, hate or anything like, the Grim back then there did. Uh, it just talked about like a loop, you know, humans fighting the Grim and the Grim fighting the humans that they could survive. And when I asked if it was planning to kill me or whatever, it just kind of stared at me with like a giant heckin' eye. So maybe
Mhm.
might be against us, might not be. I don't know. The Grim will probably, attack or whatever. We'll figure it out as we go.
I was only asking because it seems like the forest was trying to cover footsteps and sounds. I just wasn't
Oh,
sure if they were trying to cover a specific group and help like another with their movements.
oh,
But I don't know. If we don't know, then it's okay.
yeah. I don't know a lot of things.
It's okay. We'll figure it out.
Oh.
She says as she nervously takes a step forward. Let's go.
Yeah. As you continue to step forward,
Am I able to help us pick ourselves up the ground so we don't step so hard or something?
you would be able to lift up two individuals since you have the two individuals outside of yourself, since you have the two gravity wells.
Well, it's not like impartial to people though, isn't it? An area.
Yeah. I mean, if you can, if like basically if you got Katie and Jack to hold hands, you'd be able to get them in the same sphere.
Do we want to do that, or do you guys feel more comfortable stepping now?
Katie
Whatever we need to
shrugs.
do.
Cool.
Huh?
Then you could soften your steps. You would just, Katie, Jack, do you hold hands?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, sure.
Jack doesn't care.
Through the power of hand holding and a little bit of anti-gravity, everyone's footsteps are softened considerably, which mixed together with the fact that their sound is being masked by the brushing of the leaves, means that your footsteps are functionally silent.
Bonding.
Well, this will make it easier to hear everybody else.
Let's see. I'm going to have Hades going to go ahead and roll me an Abyssal Cuties, actually.
Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. Wait. I actually put in rolled D4. That would act that's not what I'm looking for. For the 6. And then what? That says a D1. I don't even know what that would be.
I'd probably roll a 1.
Probably.
Oh, yeah, like 4 Ds with 1s. Yeah.
I don't know what I did there. Dunked up, probably.
I don't know. We can't see it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll
there
just
you
roll regular and then figure it out later.
All right, so that's 4d6 plus 1d6. Your 6 erases the 1. That's 2 degrees of success.
Yay!
With 2 degrees of success, you are able to sense that there's something nearby. Or multiple somethings, really. You can feel some presences pretty similar to the old hunter. They're different, but they seem to fit along the same way. There's more that's out there, but they seem almost... They're moving quickly, and they're trying to avoid the hunters. They don't seem to be aware of where you are, you would suppose, considering the fact that it feels like one of them is getting surprisingly close in its attempts to evade the hunters.
Careful now. There's a Grim approaching us. It doesn't see us. It's trying to avoid some other hunters or whatever.
Okay. I'm shifting us then.
Hi.
Okay. Can you elaborate on what you mean by shifting real quick?
I'm just gonna move our trajectory, so
Oh, okay.
like I'm gonna oh, I'm facing my body now. We're going this way.
Cool. As you do that, you're able to get to the side and kind of hunker down. And sure enough, you can see something rush past. It seems to be a small little bird covered in white, but you can see the front of its head is covered in a deep scarlet. Something that you can tell to definitely be blood as it surges away quickly through the air. More rustling can be heard, and an old hunter moves alongside it, clearly pursuing it.
So what kind of Grim was it, Lenene? Was it cute?
After they get farther away, then I'm gonna say it was a small thing that
Oh.
had blood on it, which I don't think it
It
was
looked like a
Grim.
pigeon.
Oh, the pigeon.
Wait, hold on. Is it what I think it is?
What is it?
Sorry, did you?
It is a pigeon with a splash of blood across its chest. Yes.
are.
Did you pull a Mad Lad move?
Maybe. But fortunately, it doesn't
Nice.
seem to be engaging you and attempting to cause any issues. It's just continuing to flee. The old hunter, if it even notices you, doesn't seem to care.
Is
There
this
goes an
entire
Archimedes.
forest?
What was that? Sorry.
Sorry, that me or?
I have no idea. What are we doing?
Oh, yeah, I was.
Yeah, Jack was like, there goes Archimedes, which I think that's the bird that the medic has inside of Team Fortress 2.
Yep.
Nice.
I was questioning if this entire forest was actually a reference to that one forest.
I think you'll neither confirm nor deny that.
I can go for that. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Katie's getting antsy about holding still.
Oh, it's fine. Let's keep going.
Yeah, after a few more moments, it becomes clear that it's safe to continue moving.
Do I feel fine using my gravity like this? I also don't want to get myself close to tired, because I know she doesn't work well with staying.
So I'm going to have you roll an endurance on that.
I know. Is this endurance?
Okay, so that's a 0. So you're getting tired out, but it's not like you're exhausted already. It's just this is a tiring thing, and you definitely can't do it the whole night.
Okay. This as long as like she reasonably like she'll try to feel when the time would be when she would have to stop.
Okay. As you continue progressing through, there's something odd. You can sense that the number of Grim suddenly spikes up in the surrounding area, but all of them seem to be almost surrounding another region of the forest.
The region of the forest?
Yep, there's a portion of the forest that a lot of them seem to be surrounding. It's almost like they all know to converge on one point and attack this one spot.
I'll stop the group before we get close to that and I don't know if we should go forward from here. Seems like there's a lot of things in one area.
Midway into your sentence, the sound of a massive gunshot rings out through the forest, but not from any of your weapons.
Sounds like a fight.
Yep.
Should we go help?
That's definitely an option.
Glance toward the others.
I
I mean, it
suppose
would
we
be
could see.
someone.
Okay. Sin is okay. Good. Sin, you rolled a sense there, and you passed. That's the sound of your gun. You recognize that sound.
Huh. I'll look at my gun for a second. I'll look at the party, and I'll just go, there's only one weapon on this earth that sounds like that. Mine.
I'm assuming your gun is still on you.
He just kind of deadpan stares at her.
Hey, you never know.
Yes.
Why would they have that sound then?
I don't know, but we need to go check out.
Are you sure it's not like a trap?
If it is, it's a pretty well designed one.
That we're gonna go forward to it anyway?
I need to know what's shooting my gun. Especially if my gun's not here.
But your gun is in your hands.
Yeah. That's what concerns me. Imagine if there was someone who had a gun like mine, and with its range, imagine them shooting at us.
I think people here are going to be more concerned with the Grimm than other people.
Hmm.
I don't know. Maybe they'll miss as much as you do.
I'd say shots fired, but none of them have landed thus far, have they?
Katie
Oh.
says that like
He's just gonna
extremely
he's just
serious
gonna
thing.
slowly look at her and just go, Fluffy says otherwise.
Okay, that was just a jerk move, that guy.
What were you intending with that shot?
I don't know, that one seemed to have landed.
Mine was a serious suggestion.
And
Does the group want to go towards the sound of the shot, or do they think that it might just be a trap and dangerous to head in the direction of?
Hunter is all for going.
I'm not used to these kind of conditions. I'll follow what Jack say.
it's your gun, you say you hear. Lynn, you said you saw a large group of Grimm all of a sudden in this forest, as freaky as is.
Yep. I mean, if there's a bunch of them, I don't think if you just hear one gunshot.
Lynn, look off in that direction, see if you can't get a beat on it. I don't trust that this isn't a trap of some kind, a noise. We don't know anything about the Grimm here. Hunter, aim off in the direction that you see. Katie, take a look around. I'm gonna keep Lynn from getting hit by anything. Keep low until she can confirm what that was.
He'll nod. Okay, Lynn?
Okay. You can't get a good bead on what's going on in that area, but you can tell that that a lot of the Grim activity is definitely near where that gunshot went off. It would probably be a bit dangerous to go into that area, but at the same time, it's entirely possible that there is someone there that needs help.
I'm having difficulties that there's a lot of them over there in the Grim, but I don't know. Feel secure enough, even if someone did need her. Katie, are you able to feel if from over there?
Feel the Grim? Let me see. Use Abyssal Cuties, see if I can get a read on the Grim specifically. Oh, roll.
Yeah, I was waiting to see
Right,
if
right.
the dice appear.
Well, I wanted to know if there was some.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So a degree of success. Getting a feel for the Grim, they're looking for someone. It feels like they're trying to hunt down a human, but it doesn't feel like an old hunter in the area. It feels like they're hunting down something else.
Well, they're hunting something. It's not an old hunter, though. That's all I can get.
They used his gun noise.
I don't know if I can figure that out specifically. If the Grim are shooting.
Doesn't sound good. We shouldn't.
Hmm. Maybe.
Katie, what do
Maybe.
you want to do?
Huh?
Do you want to go check out the noise?
Well, I mean, we can. Hmm. I don't. It might slow us down a bit. And we might end up getting into something a little crazy. But, I mean, I am known for being all for crazy, but, sure.
Alright. Let's go check it out.
Mhm.
Carefully. Maybe.
Mhm.
All right. I'll see what if anything changes. Cool. We're moving on.
One second. As you could move towards it, the Grim presence is still there, but you're at least able to sense it well enough, as well as utilize the sensibilities of Lynn to be able to avoid running directly into any of them. You can sense that there are some, like Katie, you get the vibe that a few of these are more ambush predators, more like they're waiting for something to come nearby. Though you're able to guide the party out to make sure you don't trigger anything. However, Lynn, you're leading them in the darkness, right? So you don't have to deal about any shadowy, like inability to see.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm going to have you as the one in lead roll speed.
There's no dice for speed.
It should be. Oh.
Oh.
She has a 0 in
I
Oh,
have
okay.
0.
Okay. Then in that case, I'm going to ask Sin, can you describe this trap for me?
No.
So it whenever he's hunting and he knows that something is coming after him, he lays down either one or two traps. The first one is for when he wants to kill it, which was the one he made before, and usually it's for the dangerous ones. For the ones that are completely unknown, he would usually make a trap so he can capture it and then snipe it. Because if he doesn't know what it is, he doesn't know if the actual trap will take it out. So he would want to ensnare it and then use whatever tools he had to guarantee it dies, or he'll just piss it off more. Since he doesn't know anything, he would be making one of those ensnaring traps.
Okie doke. Lynn, let's see. So you have just been ensnared. There's something that's latched onto your leg and is preventing you from being able to get away. And
Oh, girl.
quote unquote, Sin, in the distance you can see that your trap went off. There seems to be some sort of grim that just set it off there, with currently on 2 large, Nevermore-like wings. It's trying to pull itself away from there, but you can clearly tell from the white chitin across it and the black ichor that makes up most of its body, that is definitely a grim that you just caught.
Alright,
And what
he
were you
would-
saying, Lynn?
She gives out a yelp before she can cover her mouth. So it shocked her.
Then, Sin, you also hear a shrill bird cry come from it as it got caught.
Oh boy.
What?
He would 100%. Like he sees it, it's snared. He would rack his chamber, and he would shoot it.
You know what? Aren't you like right next to me or something? Where are you?
So, you're going to fire. Since you're ensnared, Lynn, you are unable to use speed to dodge. So you're going to have to roll to endure.
Can't I use Dex? Or no?
Not since you're ensnared. You're unable to avoid it.
Would anyone see that she or hear that she got ensnared since she got
Could I
Yeah.
call out and say I'm
Yes.
trapped?
Well, the thing is, in this case, with the trap being set up, it's being treated as a held action in like shooting once something gets caught.
Right, okay.
So with the held action being triggered, it's circumventing the normal stuff, giving functionally a surprise round.
Fair.
Okay.
So, roll to endure. Oh, nice.
Oh, that is a degree of success. The damage is halved, which, due to the weapon
plus
being what
3.
it is, let's see, it's yeah. So that will be Sin. Can you roll 1d6 plus 3 damage, please?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Maxed it. Oh,
Oh,
Oh.
8 points of damage slam into Lynn, but it is halved down to 4, thanks to the endurance roll. However, it hurts like hellfire.
You know what?
Hunter, you heard your gun go off again as you see your teammate get shot. Everyone, I would like you to roll endurance. Or sorry, not endurance, initiative.
oh no. She definitely screams in pain. Shit.
Which one is
That's-
initiative? Is that speed or is that dex?
It is speed.
Okay. Made 2 of us, by the way. Or 2 of me.
Yeah, that was on purpose because I thought I could rename them. But I cannot.
Wow.
Then add. Oh, that was open character. Then add.
I figured this is a trap. After I knew it, he said that the gun, I was like,
And I'm going to use this in place of the second hunter because apparently I can't change the name part way, so I don't want to be confusing about it.
Fair.
Now let's see. So Jack got 1. Hunter rolled a 0. KD rolled a 0, but slightly higher than Hunter. And Lynn rolled 1. Okay.
Do you want me to roll a second time? Or...
Yes, I would.
Okay. Oh boy.
Okay, well, that puts it just below Lynn. Or just below Lynn. There we go. Okay. Now,
this is the second time, Hunter, that you've shot me. Have you realized?
Did I
yet?
shoot you before?
Yeah, do you remember with the
Oh
portal?
yeah,
And
right,
you were
with the
like,
bullet, yeah, with the
you were like,
teleport.
"Dur, dur, dur," and let me just dur, dur, dur.
Yeah.
Caveman thinking. How dare you? When this is done.
Well,
Now-
you know.
Right now, and I'm going to differentiate the two characters by referring to, or trying to differentiate them by referring to the one that's with you as Hunter. I'm going to be referring to the one that's just fired as Sin.
Okay.
So right now, Sin is currently in cover and a bit tricky to find. Jack, you are able to roll a sense to try to detect him on the grounds that you've been.
Oh,
You're not able to tell exactly where he is. You can only tell the direction that it was fired from, which is ahead of you.
Well, I can only tell it's in front of me, and Jack's good at being a target.
Okay.
The forward sprint begins.
oh boy.
Sin, what you see in front of you is that after having fired the shot, a gorilla-like one, almost similar to a Berenguel, has started charging forward in kind of your vague
Jesus.
direction. It's not running at you, but it's running in your general direction.
Okay.
Do you do anything else there, Jack?
He saves his action for when he's fired at.
Okay, so it is a
Smart.
triggered action upon being shot. Good to know.
Okay.
Lynn, it is your turn. You can either choose to like do some things and you like return fire, stuff like that, or you can use your primary action to break out of the snaring trap.
Yeah, I'll use my action to help my gravity to be able to snap out of the trap.
Okay. Since it's your semblance, I'm going to give you 2 additional dice on a strength roll. Oh, keep in mind, you do still get your normal dice even on a 0. So
Yeah.
you'd be, if you get 2 bonus dice, you do still roll 3d6.
Oh, I
Cool.
see.
So, I'm going to count that as success. Just a note: when you have a 0, the basic thing is, like for example, let's do that plus 2d6. What this would specifically mean is your first dice would be normally limited to only passing on 6s.
Mhm.
Then your second one, because it's a bonus dice, ignores any 1s, but still hits on 5s. Even if you have 0 in stat, your bonus dice, you still get a bonus on 5. You don't have to roll 6s on a bonus dice to get a point.
Oh,
So,
fair.
yeah, I'm treating it as you rolled your bonus dice first, and then you rolled your normal dice, which is why
Oh.
that 5 still counts.
Oh, thank you,
Because,
thank you.
yeah, I don't think I was clear enough on how it worked.
It's okay. Thank you.
Yeah. But with that, you are able to break the snare. You still have your secondary action if you'd like to use it for anything. Oh, no, wait, you used your secondary action to use your gravity in order to break the bonds.
Mhm.
I did forget that for a second. That means it is now Sin's turn. Sin, you can
Okay.
clearly see the Berenguel and the almost never more like human in line of sight. You don't see any others, though.
Okay. The Nevermore is wounded. It also, at least in his appearance at the moment, seems to be pretty much a non-combatant. It's something he feels like he could easily take down. The gorilla, on the other hand, he does not. So he's going to, as quietly as he can, switch out his rounds from fire rounds, or from normal rounds to fire rounds, and just kind of slot in there. And then he's just going to take a pot shot at the gorilla's head.
Okay. Go ahead and roll Dex for that.
Okay.
It will trigger the thing no matter what its roll, but I need to know whether or not it hits.
Whew.
2 degrees of success. Okay. Jack, you're gonna roll endurance. Since you can't, until it fires, you can't see it coming, so you don't know to dodge.
Mm-hmm.
Though, with your semblance, you're probably gonna endure anyway.
Yeah. See.
Oh, this does count as physical damage, by the way.
Yeah. But didn't we change how my skills work?
That is a good question. Let me double check that because I'm pretty sure we changed it from resisting all damage to resisting just physical damage.
Yeah. I'm asking because just gonna double check it because I know we did adjust things.
Yeah, I should be dead by now. Allows you to fight to -10 health and resistance to all physical damage.
Okay.
Okay. Additionally, Katie, yours is not updated inside of your character sheet in Roll20. I noticed that it still says resisting any form of damage, but that should be only physical. Okay, 2 degrees of success
yeah.
in resisting the damage. First, okay, so you're going to take 1/3 of the damage. With the fire rounds loaded up and the gun being what it is, I believe that thanks to the fire rounds, that's 2d6 plus 3, but then
Mhm.
have it all like divided by 3.
Mhm.
And additionally, Jack, 2 dice of damage. That means you get to roll 2d6 for your semblance.
So divide by 3.
Yes. Okay, you got
Oof.
11 points of stored up successes. 3.6. I'm gonna round that, so that's 4 points of damage. Jack, you take 4 points of damage.
I feel like this is gonna hurt.
Yep. Along with that, you almost have 2 banked successes here, and your action is now triggered. So go ahead and tell me what you do.
Molly?
You on mute or something?
Is it dead, Jim?
Jackie's dead.
Oh no.
Rocky's
no.
dead.
Did his cat kill his computer? His cat might have turned off his computer.
What?
Yeah. What?
Oh, there you are. Hi.
Yeah, it procced your action.
Are you able to hear us?
Oh, 5,000 ping.
My ping decided that it was going to be violence.
Yeah.
We're all like, did your cat kill your computer?
No, just violence happened via ping. What was said?
So you took 4 points of damage from being shot. You gained 11 points of banked successes, so 1 and 5/6, and it procced your a saved action since you were shot at. So it is your move.
Yep. He would look at where the shot came from and fire in return.
Okie doke. Go ahead and make me a dex roll for a ranged attack. Okay. That is a 0.
Oh, cool. So I'm assuming it misses.
It does end up missing. Sin, you can see the area around you get detonated rapidly. So a good part of the area around you has been destroyed. It was clearly aimed at you, though it did end up missing. Notably, Hunter, Katie, and Lynn, all of you saw where he shot, so you do now know the approximate location of the enemy.
Right, so in Sin's eyes, he just saw a gorilla shooting at him.
Pretty much in the case of what you saw, it proceeded to lunge out its hands, and huge chunks of the black ichor hit the ground and detonated like grenade launcher rounds.
Ah, okay. It's a bit odd, but that makes a bit more sense. Okay. Okay.
So, with that having occurred, it is now Katie Henderson's turn.
Okay. Okay, so this. Where is Katie here? What does she see?
You can see that that Lynn just got shot by something. Jackalope has run forward and blown up an area that presumably has the enemy in it.
Okay. Alright. I guess Katie will draw her guns and, like, run to see what's going on here.
Okie doke. That's your movement action. What about your primary?
Um. So, does she see Lynn caught in the thing?
Lynn has broken out of it.
Right, yes. She broke out. Trying to figure out what enemies she's seeing here.
I know, this is confusing. Difficult.
Yeah, I'm not sure what vision, like, I'm seeing with here.
You would be seeing. Honestly, it'd be pretty hard to see Sin, so you'd be seeing probably broken up area and something that's relatively akin to human.
Yeah, you can't see what's currently in the dirt or like what's fired, but you can see that that seems to be around where the thing was fired from. So you could shoot at it if you like.
Yeah? Does Abyssal Cuties tell me anything?
Go ahead and make an Abyssal Cuties roll.
Yeah. Hmm. I'm gonna copy.
Okay, we ignore the 1 because it's a bonus dice. So instead, that's just 1 degree of success. You can set Abyssal Cuties is reacting to something there. So do you fire upon it?
Can I communicate with it via Abyssal Cuties?
You are unable to.
Alright. I guess I'll fire an ice shot at it.
Okay, go ahead and make a dex roll.
Dex roll. What's my... Okay, that's 4.
Okay. You end up missing, only serving to freeze the area next to it.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're going to move over to Hunter's turn. And Hunter, well, you already saw what I DM'd you earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And Lynn's back is to you right now.
Mm.
You are fully capable, fully cognizant, and you are ready to, if you'd like to, go ahead and make that attack roll.
You fucking asshole. Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry.
So,
Wow.
Yeah, I'll just
Look at all you guys.
Mom sent me a message.
Bro.
yeah. Well,
we have dinner
actually,
in
now's-
just a minute,
yeah.
so
yeah. Well, you know what? I'm going to leave it on this cliffhanger. As Lynn's back is turned, Lynn, your senses normally would be perfectly fine. I don't think that it occurs to your character that your own ally, when they raise their gun, is aiming at your back. But
Let me
that is
just see what
exactly what is
happens.
happening.
Oh.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that roll real quick. That's
Oh,
that's a critical
no!
success.
No!
No.
Oh no!
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna come back to that next week.
Oh
It's
no!
like the
Oh,
anime
Lynn.
ending where it's just like she's looking onwards in concern and in frightened, and then like a gun appears at the
It's
back of her head.
like-
Oh shit,
Like
bro.
the gun is being lifted and aimed right behind her, and you can hear roundabout from JoJo's loading up.
Yeah.
That-
Of course,
that's
it's his fire ammo, because that's the one he naturally goes to when he wants to make sure
That's
they
2D.
die.
That's 2d6 plus 3 doubled.
Let me just, you know what? Let me do that real quick. So short. 3d6, plus 3. Sorry, 2d6 plus 3. Plus 3. And then that's double all that. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed this. If you guys did, feel free to hit that follow button. Go check out all of our other content and everything like that. Go check out our Discord if you want to see all of our general links, all of our other announcements, and keep up to date with everything going on. And I'm so sorry, Lynn. Oh.
Bro. I hate you so much right now.
How much is that? Relatively speaking?
So
Like,
that's
how bad
18
is
points of
that?
damage, and it was 4 points of
Wait,
damage earlier.
Wait, no,
So-
what about her parasol? Her parasol would still be open.
I see your
Yes.
back.
but Hunter would not be aiming at your protective parasol.
Yeah, he'd be aiming right at you.
So that will take your total damage taken thus far to 22, reducing you to 8 hit points remaining. And that is how we are going to leave this session, and how we're going to end today's RWBY Jumpchain terminal season.
Oh
Alright.
no.
So sorry, Lynn.
The betrayal
Wait.
I feel is unsurmountable to your little apologies.
You had to
To
hold
be
it
clear,
for a week.
Okay,
To be
hold on.
clear,
Okay.
I started DMing Sin about this 50 minutes ago. So we've just been DMing along the way.
What's that, Jack?
Oh my gosh.
So are we finding 2 hunters or 1? I'm confused.
Oh, you're gonna be confused until next week, where it'll be explained.
Okay.
Alright, we'll see all of you fine folks on another day. Peace.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Bye.